The ATV I-Team has learned of an RCMP investigation into the affairs of the former Technotred tire company in Glace Bay. Mounties armed with search warrants recently swooped down on 2 Sydney banks and a Sydney law office. ATV's Rick Grant has more in this I-Team report.
It's all that remains of the Technotred plant in Glace Bay. Vandals have systematically stripped and destroyed the plant since it was sold in April last year to Chinese interests and then passed on to a company in British Columbia that doesn't seem interested in it. But instead, the company made $2 million in federal grants and loans disappear from Enterprise Cape Breton since funding was approved for the company in 1989. Sydney law firm of the day, Elman, Hanneman, Kuna, handled the Technotred deal. It was presented to them by New Glasgow businessman Joe Stewart, a prominent Tory who was also an ACOA director at that time.
Myself, Mike Kuna, and Frank Elman were party to a conversation with Joe Stewart, the Glasgow businessman, on a speakerphone in Mr. Elman's office.
Hannum, a former partner in the law firm, is appealing a 1992 theft conviction from the partnership after a bitter split with partner Frank Elman. Elman, who handled Technotred for the firm, is out of the country, and the other remaining partner, Mike Kuna, would not come out of his office.
He's busy and he really won't have to be closed.
The RCMP has just about completed a 2.5-year investigation into Technotred. The force recently seized documents from a Sydney law firm as well as 2 Sydney banks. The RCMP is trying to determine if the money used to build this was taken from the taxpayer through fraudulent means. RCMP are investigating an exchange of checks, each worth $1.8 million, involving Technotred President Mike DiCenzo and Frank Elman.
I'm just unable to comment.
This man, Kevin Warner of the Enterprise Cape Breton, suspected that something was wrong and testified at Hannum's trial last year that he was alerted by 2 $1.8 million checks being processed on the same day. Technotred President Mike DiCenzo wrote the first $1.8 million check to an American tire equipment supplier. Warner testified that the check appeared to be endorsed by the supplier with the instruction to place it in the lawyer's trust account. Lawyer Frank Elman then wrote a $1.8 million check payable to DiCenzo, and by passing through the same bank on the same day, one check canceled the other. However, according to Warner and RCMP documents, the American supplier says the signature on the check is not his, and he never billed Technotred $1.8 million in the first place. Had Enterprise Cape Breton accepted the canceled checks as company investment, it would have released another $1 million in federal funds to Technotred. The RCMP expect to complete their investigation into the Technotred check business by the end of this month. In Glace Bay, Rick Grant, ATV News.